before. Today we're gonna compare the RUROC helmets. With me I got the Atlas 2.0, the 3.0 and the brand new 4.0. As you may know, RUROC is a fairly new brand, but they're one of the quickest growing brands out on the market as we speak. Unlike many other brands out there, RUROC takes great pride in creating a relationship with their consumers. By doing that, it has created a community which allows riders to give direct product feedback. With that said, RUROC has taken all the concerns they received on Atlas 3.0 and worked that into the brand new 4.0. So out with the old and let's focus on the Atlas 4.0. These are the three major upgrades, which is number 1, the acoustic comfort, number 2, the thermal comfort, and number 3, the physical comfort. Since I've been riding with the RUROC helmets for a while now, I also received tons of messages asking me what I think about the helmets and people telling experiences. I'm not pretty sure they're like from themselves, it's mostly what they hear other riders say. And one of the big concerns there is the noise level. A lot of people say that they experience the helmets being noisy. I haven't really experienced that because what I've been focusing on is my stunt riding, and that is pretty much me going like pretty slow doing wheelies on a stunt spot. So I never come above those levels where the wind noise actually like gets into the helmets. But lately I did, like when I got my Harley, I did go on a longer road trip and I was going higher speeds as well, so I did notice a little bit with the noise level, but mostly I was riding with like my earbuds and listening to music, so that wasn't really a concern for me, but I know that it is with many other riders. So RUROC has listened to that and they made Atlas 4.0 their most, like the quietest helmets they've made ever, and we're gonna get into details with that now. One of the reasons that the helmet is quieter now is that they fully re-engineered the inner liner and cheek pads. With all the liner being changed, it allows the helmet for a snugger fit, which is the reason for the helmet being quieter than before. As you can see, I got the two different cheek pads. This one is from the 3.0 and this one is from the 4.0. As you can see, there's also a huge difference on the size. This one is way thicker, but that's not only like the difference between those. If you feel this one pretty much goes to the bottom and you can feel your finger on the other side, while this one on the other hand it's like a more squishier feel to this, and like it bounces back out. And the reason for that is, as you can see here, if you open the zipper, is that this one is working with different layers of foam. But have in mind, like this being thicker also makes the helmet sizing a bit different. I'm gonna add a sizing chart so you can see the difference between that as well. This is not the only new features they made to improve the sound. They also made the sound dampening inserts that you place over the ear if you're not using the shockwave. This helps reduce the noise level by 20%. I had a few test rides with the new helmet, and one thing that I noticed that was a thing that I did, like, it didn't really bother me, but it was a thing that I noticed, was that the inner liner often came out when I took the helmet off, and this is something that I noticed they improved. I don't know what they've done to it, but I feel like these things here sits better. Also the chin curtain part, that was pretty much the most part that was getting loose when I took the helmet off, and I've noticed they don't do that as easy with the new helmets. One noticeable feature right here is this thing that you can see. They added a vent that you can open and close, which they didn't have before. They do still have the one on the chin area, so you have two different options. This new feature allows you to control your head temperature by 15 up to 30%. This new vent also works while using your riding gloves, so you can do this while riding. Another upgrade they made is that they removed all the top vents on the helmet. This also helps reduce any turbulence and noise that it has created. Here is a side-by-side comparison with the 3.0 and the 4.0. One of the things that are really worth mentioning is that Atlas 4.0 is one of the first helmets to achieve the ISE 2206 classification standards. Earlier, they were always referring to the ISE 2205 standards, but these are 20 years old, and as you can imagine, a lot of things have happened with the technology since then, and also what requires the safety. So with the 2206 classification, this is the strictest one out there. And RUROC did not only surpass that, but they did that with a minimum of 20%. And the primary contributors to that is the multi-layered carbon fiber shell, as well as the multi-layered density foam, as well as the Rheon technology, which is these blue things that you see here. I'm not actually gonna go into details with all the safety standards, because I feel like I can't explain that well enough. But I do really recommend you going onto RUROC pages and reading about it and checking out their videos where everything is really well explained. One thing that is really cool as well is that RUROC is one of the first brands to include this to a street helmet. It has never been done before. One thing that is really important for me as a stunt rider is to feel safe in the helmets that I ride. I do often push my limits, and I do try new stunts that sometimes freak me out a little bit too much, that I do want to admit. So to be able to feel like I'm riding with one of the first helmets that are classified for the ISE 2206 does get my nerves down a bit. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but you should be able to. If you can see, the 4.0 has the thicker liner and the thicker cheek pads. And also in the back part here, you can see that that one is way lower, so it's more centered on in the helmet, which the 3.0 is not. This does have a noticeable difference with the sizing. So I'm usually running an extra small or a small in all my helmets, but in the Atlas 4.0 I'm running a small medium, and this is because of the snugger fit with the new paddings and the liner. It's overall just a snugger fit, so make sure to measure your head, and on their website you can type in the measurements you have, and they will automatically tell you what size you're gonna run. But yeah, have that in mind when ordering a helmet. It's not like your normal helmet size. In most cases you're probably gonna have to go up one size. Yeah, I think that's about it. I hope I covered the parts that I feel is important, and hopefully that goes for you as well. I'm excited to test out the helmet more and get proper riding time on it. As it is for now, it's winter in Sweden, so I haven't got a chance to actually test it and go out on longer rides and going on higher speeds. But I'm super excited about testing out all the features, and I'm gonna come back with an updated video and whenever the weather allows, I guess. Don't forget to check out the link in the description, and I guess I'll see you in another video. I hope you liked it. Make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe. Bye!